What's cracking, guys? This is Christian. This is episode 1 of the Honda Vlogs podcast. I just wanted to give you guys a little intro. This is episode 1, so more will be coming. The quality will be getting better. The audio will be getting better. This is still good. I really enjoy it. You don't actually have to watch it. You can just listen to it. It is a podcast. But yeah, as it evolves, things will get better. I'm really juiced to show you guys this. I was really juiced to make this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this evolves. I hope you guys evolve with it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to be on the podcast, who you think should be on the podcast. Give me any feedback you guys have, and I look forward to that. So let's get right into it. This is Adam Ivell from 621, all the way from the UK. Let's do it.
Oh, we're recording now. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we should just start. This is probably episode 1 of Honda Vlogs, just a cool podcast with car people. Trying to find, just bring the community together of all the YouTube channels that are loving Hondas. I'm sure I'll find other channels and stuff like that, but for the most part, I'm a big fan of Adam here and 621, and I've been talking back and forth with this guy, and I was just like, yo, let's sit down and have a conversation.
Let's talk.
So here we go. Here's Adam.
Yo, so I'm Adam, and I run 621. So, yeah, I don't know what you want me to say, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just a little bit about yourself. I think the biggest thing I wanted to know was just, not to jump super into things, but what does 621 mean?
Nothing. I got the name from basically here in England. You can buy personal registration plates, and they stay with you and not the car. So my dad, when I was a kid, my dad's like a business guru. He knows lots of stuff about it, and he saw that number plates were going to go up in value. So he bought everybody in the family one when they were worthless. They were worth nothing back when he bought them. I was 8 years old. So he bought me a number plate that's just my initials, so AJI, and then the number's 621. The numbers were completely random, meant nothing, but I used that as my Xbox name, my MySpace, and everything like that. It's always AJI 621. And then the company, initially when I started it, was called In It For The Status. And I just thought that was too long. Like when you look at like typing it in URLs, it was too long. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I can just get 621 as numbers, as like a stopgap between thinking of something cool. I couldn't.
Right.
And then I tried the TWO because I'd seen some other brands had theirs written out like that. And it worked. And I was like, oh, I'll think of something cool eventually, something to do with Hondas or whatever. And I never did. And people were like, yo, I'll buy a T-shirt if you put 621, or I'll have a sticker. So I was like, all right, cool. Why not? Let's just roll with it and see where it goes. And now we're here. I see you wearing the hat too.
Yeah, dude. Wait, so the number plates stay with you? Because here in the States, when you register, but go ahead.
You own the number plate, basically. So, like, if you look through pictures of all the cars I own,
yeah,
all of my main cars, like my most expensive one at the time, will have had AJI 621 on the number plate. So that's what's on my Integra now. So I transfer that every single time. So that's why. That's that.
That's crazy. So here you basically go register your car, and the motor vehicles department just like gives you a plate with a random number on it, and that's what you have for your car. Or you can get a personalized one, and you have to pay like every year to keep that or something like that.
Oh, see, we have one-off payment for our personalized number plates, and then that's that. And then you have to just like, if you want to transfer it, it costs extra money. I think it's like £80. But it is what it is. You have to just.
Okay, all right. Maybe it's kind of the same. I don't know.
It's fairly similar.
That's cool. I think you've discussed this a couple times, but your first Honda was actually a really nice one, wasn't it?
My first road legal one was a really nice
one. Oh, okay. First road legal one.
Yeah, basically, my dad used to have a business where a lot of the guys had company cars, and my dad knew the director of the local Honda branch, so he always used to have Hondas just because they're good, reliable, relatively cheap for what they are, sort of thing, And we had an old Accord, like a really old Accord, and it's so annoying now looking back because I'd have been like, well, I wish I could have kept that and got it running again, because when it died, we just left it in the field and then got it scrapped. Because at the time, it was just like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old crappy old Honda. Do you know what I mean? Like, but back then it was just like, well, let's just get rid of it. You know, they're not uncommon, they're not rare. But now, 15 years later, there's barely any of them about in that shape and model. And like, it was the same color as my Legend as well. So it'd have been cool to have. All of them, but yeah, my first road legal one was a Civic EP, but it was the EP2, which we get here. So it was the 1.6 engine and not the Type R.
Okay.
Just because the insurance was crazy on the Type R, but it was really nice. I love that car. I hit a deer with it, unfortunately. So yeah.
That's crazy. So have you just always been into Hondas, or did that just
I was a baby, man? Like, my mum had a 1.4 EF Civic, like yours, but it was grey. And she had a pink line put around it. So you know how they have like a red stripe around them normally? She had a pink line around it and stuff like that. So that was like when I was a kid. My dad had Accords and Legends and stuff like that. So, and because we knew that the guy who ran the local Honda branch would always just go there and hang out, and he'd give me booklets, you know, on the cars. And I must have them somewhere still because I never threw them out. So somewhere I'll have packs of brand new brochures from years ago, but God, if I can ever find them, that'd be cool. But I don't know, man. Like, I mean, the other day I bought a Legend brochure on eBay, like, because I was like, oh, sick. But I've already got one laying around, but I was like, man, I want one when my car's running again. So.
Yeah. I went to a big Del Sol meet a couple of years back, and that was one of the prizes was like a dealer brochure that you would get from Honda. And it's so funny that like it's just a brochure, but you're looking at it like, this means something to me. This is crazy.
I thought it was funny because I paid so little for my Legend. Like, that car is like, I think when it was new, it was worth like £35,000. So it was like $50,000-$60,000 car. But now I paid £1,000 for it, which is like $1,700. So like, I'm looking through it. Well, maybe not even that. It's probably like $1,400 now with how the exchange rate is. So like, I'm looking through this brochure, like, wow, some mug paid all this money for a car that I paid £1,000 for. Like,
yeah.
My dog starts making noise. Finn, come on, Finn. Come on. A biscuit again. Come here. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on, dude. It's going up there. You can have it if you want it. It's up there.
I've wanted to like make a compilation of every time you've had to yell at Finn. Like every snippet of every video, it's just funny.
I leave it in because I think it's funny. I think it's like, it's real. You know, me and him are like best pals. We like do everything together. Yeah. So,
I don't care, bro.
What was your first? What was your first Honda?
Literally my first one. For a while I was driving trucks. Like I had 85 4Runners. Like I was into like the 4-wheel drive situation. And then I sold that, and I had about like $2,000, and I went on Craigslist, and I found a 95 EJ1. It was silver with a Z6 in it, and I bought it off like some nurse. And like, man, I had that for like so long, but I think since then I've had like 5 of those cars. They've somehow just like, they found their way into my life, and then suddenly I've needed to like sell them. So I'm just like, damn, dude. But that was at least my first Honda. My first car was my mom's old Camry, Toyota Camry. It was a V6 though. At like 16, 17, like that car was really fast, dude. For me, it was super fast. I was just like, what am I getting into right now? Oh, dude, that was crazy.
Awesome.
I was in a
video. I'm sorry.
Dude, eat it up, man. I'm just trying to chill, dude. That's fine. What's the? I've always wondered this. So I've talked to a couple people like here and there, like on Instagram, and they say that like the Honda scene is growing. Like it's not like huge. Like I feel like here in the States, like just that little scene is like massive.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how is that going on in like the UK? You know, like is it the scene huge, or is it kind of like a small?
It's small
world.
Small for sure, man. I think the main problem is parts are expensive. Insurance on Hondas is expensive because so many of them get stolen or crashed or get caught, you know, speeding. They're normally the cars that it's hard to drive them normally. If you get VTEC, it's hard to not VTEC everywhere. You know, it is like. And,
it instantly makes you want to smash, dude. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I
don't think it helps that the drift scene is growing so fast either. Like, obviously, as you can see from my videos, like, I love it and it's a lot of fun. So, like, not everyone can afford to. Like, I'm in a very fortunate position where I can afford to have a Honda project and a drift car and a daily. So, I've got the best of all worlds. Whereas some people can only justify having one, or only have the space to have one. And
right.
I very much feel like the Honda scene, it was growing like this for a while. It was going it was picking up real fast. We had some big shows, but I think the main issue is we only have one real big show here in England called MIMS. So there's no competition.
MIMS, that's soon, right? That's coming up?
Yes, this weekend, Sunday. So I'm going up there tomorrow. But there's no competition for it, and competition breeds excellence. So if there was a couple of other big Honda events, then it would be cool, but there's not enough to justify having it. Does that make sense? And then
no, for sure.
Our Japanese scene here is massive, like, because we can have right-hand drive cars from Japan, and it's natural. You know, we can have whichever one we want. If a car come out tomorrow in Japan, we can buy it and import it over, register it, and it's legal.
Man.
So we have shows like Jap Show and Jap Fest and JAE and like all these massive Japanese and the Japanese performance show. Like, so you can take any car there. So you can have a cool Honda, you can have a cool RX-7, Skyline, GTR, whatever. They can all go at the same place. Whereas like the Honda shows are so hard to keep everybody happy. Like, I think Dav, who runs MIMS Honda Days, is doing a great job personally now. Like, getting more traders on board and stuff like that. And yeah, it is. It's a hard market though, man. Like, the Volkswagen scene here is ginormous. Like, it's huge.
Do you think that's something you could remedy with like more open days or anything like that?
I don't really want to. Like, I don't mind. Like, the main problem is like we're on an active industrial estate.
Okay.
So like where our shop is like an active workplace where even on bank holidays there's lorries coming in dropping off products to people. We've got the biggest Kawasaki dealership in Europe there, sort of thing, right down the road from us. So they're always open. And then it's hard to convince the council to let us have an open day, which you have to try and explain. We'll try and not let anybody race around or drift or make noise. And it's just impossible, man. Like, it's impossible to stop people doing that. Like, even when they pull away, if they've got a K20 Civic with a straight-through exhaust, it's going to rattle everybody's ears for 3 miles. And you know, we want to put on great days. Like the last one we had, I was stoked at how many people came down because I didn't even think it was gonna be that big. Because I had to be real underground with how I was advertising it, like a little post here and there. Like, I wasn't able to promote like, yo, come down to our meet, it's gonna be sick. Because we had so many complaints last time. One guy called the police 24 times. 24
times. What are you doing with your life?
Times. Yeah, and literally the police came down in the end and they were like, we've only come down. They go, we knew you were doing it because we look on your Facebook, you know, we keep active with the local area for the events. We knew it was happening. We have no problem with it. We've only come down to stop that guy ringing the police because he's calling the station so much it's causing a problem. Can you believe that? It's crazy, man. Like, and that's the problem. That gets harmed. Like, I'd love to keep our open days going. We had like 600 cars come to one last year and it was mad. But and that's crazy. But then that's a lot of cars, man. A lot of people, a lot of cars. And it's good for everyone. Local businesses were benefiting because they put up pop-up stalls for food and stuff. But this one guy ruined it. Do you know what I mean? And, like, what can you do out of that? Like,
yeah. Me and my friend, DJ, we, for the past couple of years, like, a bunch of friends have done, like, we take this canyon run towards, like, the ocean where we are. And there's, like, this random Foster freeze that's just in the middle of nowhere. And at that point, he's got a cool parking lot, and we just show up. And when we show up, it's cash only. But every now and then, it's like 30 cars, and so he's just like, "All right, cool. Let me know when you're coming, because it's gonna be a cool day for me." You know what I mean? So it's like it's fun.
For sure,
that's awesome.
It's just trying to get us to make up people understand, like, all right, there will be some bad eggs, but not everyone's a bad egg. You know, there will be.
I mean, even in the last video I saw for the open day, there was a couple cars that just like were smashing down the road, and it's just like,
how can you stop that? Like, one guy nearly hit me in an MX-5, and that's not even a Honda. Do you know what I mean? Like, You're just like, you're coming down in your 1.6 MX-5. Like, thanks for turning up. If you're gonna nearly run me over, you can fuck off. Like, don't come back. You know.
Right? God, there's just no need for that.
No, and like everyone's like, I used to host a show. I used to host a 621 show called Impact, and it was awesome. But we fell out with the place that we hosted at. We used to host it at the local soccer football stadium, and
that's cool.
There were some murders that happened in our area, and that doesn't happen here. Like, you know, where we live, like there are no murders. Do you know what I mean? Like, we live in a very safe area around here. There was 2 murders in like space of 2 weeks, so fucking they had every police car from like within a 60-mile radius in the area and they gave half of my car park that I'd paid for to the police without telling me, without pre-warning me. So imagine the day where I turn up and there's about 400 police cars all parked in the car park that I'm having 400 Hondas all modified come down to. It was like, what is, you know, it was like, what? Then they just pre-warned me. I said, could I use a different side?
This wasn't a setup, I swear, guys. This wasn't a setup.
Luckily for me, like I like banter, I like being a bit cheeky and stuff. So on the microphone all day, like whenever the police walking around, I was like, "He's insured, don't worry." Like, I mean, if he's not insured, it's not on us. Like, I was being a bit, you know, playful with the police, and like they were fine with it. They were really, the police were really cool about it. But it made me really angry, and I was like, "I'm not giving this company my money again. It's hard enough to earn it back." You know, I'm trying to like grow my brand's product range and. You can't do everything. Yeah? Some things have to be sacrificed, and for me, it was the shows that have to be sacrificed because it was so much of a risk. Going right, here's a lot of money. Am I going to make that money back? You know, it's cool to put on a day. Like that's why I like doing the shop ones because I could do it for nothing, like relatively cheap.
Right.
But that obviously got closed down by the local residents moaning about the music and the exhaust. So.
Yeah, we were fortunate to have, like, I mean, the cops here, they don't like cars. I mean, they do and they don't. But when you get like 7 or 8 to 10 cars all together, there's always a cop that shows up, just like, so what are you guys doing here? And we're just like, we're hanging out, man. Like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, IBOC, Honda Day.
Whereabouts do you live? Are you Los Angeles?
What's that?
Are you Los Angeles based? I don't know where you live.
Oh no, I'm near San Francisco. I'm like 30 minutes from San Francisco. So I'm like Northern California.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, the car scene here is pretty epic, and it's weird because like even if someone gets a Honda and they just want to start smashing, you know. So like, it doesn't matter if you have a beater or a super nice car. Like, just for some reason you're in the scene now. But I mean, like you said, like. I was like, theft is a huge thing. Like, everyone's hiding their cars and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's a typical thing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you want to buy some TEs because they're tight, but you bought, you know, a car and it's like $1,000, and it's like your rims and your cars are like the same price, and
yeah, for sure.
And you're still rolling around, you know. But yeah, that was my other question I was gonna ask you. Was like, what's the beater scene out there? Like, everyone here, like, you can see some really clean Hondas, and then every now and then you always will see some just bucket just driving down the street. But like, I don't really know. I don't really see that when I see pictures and things like that. Like,
I think it's the
car
same
shows here you can show up to.
I think it's the same as what you have. I think it's the same as what you guys have, because I was one of the first, I think, English guys to venture over to the Los Angeles IBAC meets. So we'd all seen it on Honda Tech and that, and I was like, I just want to go to that. I don't care if I have to do a whole holiday around that. And I actually went with my dad. He was like, we've got family in California, in Los Angeles. So he was like, oh, well, I'll come over and see my cousins and that, and you can go off to the meet. And when I went, I was expecting every single car to be perfect, because what you see on the internet, you know, every photo on Honda Tech was like the best. But then you get there and you realise, like, oh, there's a load of shite as well. Like, no one takes pictures of that. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, there's crap cars everywhere, but I always try and appreciate, like, that might be that guy's first ever car. Yeah. He doesn't know what to do. Like, he's just got their car, or he can't afford much at the minute. You never know. I try and never judge people on what their current situation is in life. So, like, you know, like, someone might be out of a job, someone's family might have fallen apart, and he's had to use all the money to get their family back, but he still wants his car. Right? It might be a bit rusty, you know. I try, unless they're, you know, being improper to me in some way, then I tend to take everything at like, you know, just try and judge the people that are behind the car instead of the car itself, because a few of the nicest cars in the UK have the biggest cocks as owners. So I don't mind even saying it. Like, I know like they're not going to buy anything off me because they don't like me and I don't like them, so they can just fuck off for okay, you know. But they've got like the best car. Their car is the best car, you know, with all the nicest parts on it. But they're a fucking dick. So fuck them.
No, I believe it, man. Like, I've met some people with some super clean cars, and I'm just like, they just have no respect, or you can see how they feel like they're better, you know. And it's just like, damn, dude.
Well, so I bring in the Whistler wheels from Los Angeles. Like they're like a low cost wheel. I don't even like calling them a replica because they're not a straight replica of anything. They don't pretend to be fake splits. They're just a one piece cast wheel. And I bought them in and I put them on my Legend because I like them. I think they're nice. You know, I think they're a cool wheel. They're a cool low cost wheel. Not everybody can afford a set of T37s or C28s or whatever. So I saw an opportunity and I was like, yeah, I want to bring them in. The guys that run Whistler wheels are absolutely superb. I was like, yeah, I really like dealing with them. They're really nice. They've got good vibes. I want to deal with this company. And I bought them in and people were like, oh, they're shit. Oh, they're reps. Oh, this and that. And I took my Legend to a show that isn't a Honda show on the Whistler wheels. And they were like, oh, man, these fucking rep wheels are everywhere. I was like, oh, I was like, what wheels do you run? And he was like, I run Rotiform, something, I don't know, some shite, the Rotiform, mate. And I was like, oh, right, cool. Well, my set of wheels I've got in my garage at home are the only set outside of Japan. And they were like, what? I was like, I got a set of T37s that are the only set outside of Japan in that size and colour. So if you want to talk about rare wheels, we can. But that's my daily. So why would I run ridiculously priced wheels on a car that could get damaged every 5 minutes or stolen or whatever? I was like, if you come back next year, I'll have a car here on the rarest wheels in the show. And they were like, oh, whatever, man. Do you know what I mean? I was like, it doesn't matter what wheels you run, as long as like you enjoy your car. And you know, I know there's that huge debate. I saw like TJ Hunt getting called out for using a rep kit. But I think the main issue wasn't that he had a replica kit. It was that he was telling everybody it was a real kit. You know, I think that's the difference. If you
that's the misconception
funk,
there.
You know what I mean?
At least be real about it.
Yeah, just don't fake the funk. You know what I mean? Like, if you're running rep wheels, you're running rep wheels. Who cares? Like, who cares? Like, if people are judging you on wheels.
Keep rolling, man. I mean, I don't know the problem is right now. I think people are, they really just want a part list. You know, they want to be able to say they have those name brands, which is cool because at least you have that quality, at least like internally, or, you know, like get some solid mounts, or not actually solid mounts, but like.
You say that about the wheels, man. Like, I've got a set of Rega Masters down the garage that are classed as real wheels. You know, people spend thousands on them. They got a crack in them. One of them's cracked. Like, they cracked on my DC5, my old DC5. So, like, you know, damage happens on all products. Like, I know people are like, oh, well, you know, I hit a wheel on my curb on my works and then bent. I'm going to have to replace them. But a rep wheel would have exploded and I'd have died. I'm like, well, no, you wouldn't have died, would you? Your wheel would have probably cracked, but in a bit more drastic condition. But
yeah.
What annoys me the most is when I see people go, you have to support Japan. I bought these, what the fuck are they called? Rega Masters from John down the road. But I'm supporting Japan because I've got the real deal. Well, first off, your Rega Masters were made in Russia, and they're not. And you bought them from John down the road. You haven't, you know, Desmond have closed down. You're not supporting anything if you're buying second-hand parts unless you're buying them from a shop in Japan. That's what I don't. Yeah. I don't like that mentality. I don't like that mentality. I like the mentality of like I've always dreamt of owning a set of T37s, so I'm going to save up and I'm going to get a set of T37s, and I only want the real thing. And that's me, you know, that's me being honest. Like, if people, that is what they want. But like I said, if it's someone's first ever car, like my first ever EG hatch, I saw a set of rotor. They're the Mugen rep wheels. I don't know what they were called. Yeah. J-Mags, I think they were called actually. But back in the day, I didn't know. I didn't know they were reps. Everyone on the forum I was on had rotors. So I was like, oh, rotors are cool. So I drove up to Sheffield the same day I saw a set for sale. I bought them. I put new tyres on them, and I fitted them on my EG. And I felt rad. I was like, oh my God, my car looks so goddamn cool. It was on rotors, you know, back in the day, but I thought it was cool. And look at where I'm at now. Yeah. If someone would have come up to me and gone, their rotors, they're fucking gay, they're fucking shit. Oh, you know, you should die because you got rotors. I'd have probably fucked that car off, bought an S-body and be a pro drifter by now. Do you know what I mean? Like, but instead, I stuck with it, and now I've got, I think, a really cool company, and you know, it's in the Honda scene and does a lot for it. Well, I like to think it does a lot for it anyway, even if everybody else doesn't anymore. So
Yeah. That's actually good. That's actually a good segment to something else I wanted, which was, so at some point in your life, you were in the scene. You're like, you know, you're loving cars. You're hanging out with friends, and a business, like a legitimate business, became a good idea to you, or maybe it was thrown upon you, and you're just like, fuck, I gotta make this happen. Here's my shot, you know. And like, I don't think maybe, I mean, from my opinion, maybe nobody gives you that credit or enough of that credit to where they only see you like putting in time on the Hondas and the Legend and having to sell the EK9, and everyone's just like, man, this guy's just flipping parts. But like, there's a lot of stuff that at least I would think that you don't put on YouTube, which is like the hours spent like in the office and actually doing business stuff that like maybe people won't find interesting. But I mean, it's pretty interesting that like you do what you do, but there's like this giant business of 621 and this like distribution behind the scenes that is all like in your head, you know, with like you and Tom Peck and Kieran and all you guys. Just, I mean, like the last open day video, there was a scene, there was a clip really quick with Tom behind the counter and a bunch of people, and it's like there was Tom all day probably in the office, and then at the very end, him with his car, no one else there, you know. And it's like that fool was doing work, you know. And it's like there's a lot of that I don't think like there's a lot of that I don't think gets recognized, you know. So it's like, it's half me wanting to give you props because it's just like, I know that's hard work, and then the other half is just like, what made that a good idea for you to like, you know what, I'm gonna actually turn my hobby into a passion and a business, and like, all right, this is what I'm doing now.
Do you know what? Do you know really what it actually was? And this is me speaking from the heart. Is that?
Yeah, definitely.
I hate being told I can't do something, right? So if so, like when I bought my BMW, for instance, off the guy that had it before me, he said, "Oh yeah, I bought it to drift, but I never did it. I never bothered. You'll probably be the same." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, you'll probably just buy it and think you want to drift. You'll go out and do one round of roundabout, and that'll be it. It'll be back up for sale." I've had it for 3 months. I've done 8 drift days. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate being told I can't do it. And what it was is, obviously, I'm from a business family. Like, my dad is very business orientated. I've actually, we might have a nice, my dad might have a nice fancy house and some fancy cars or whatever, but we've earned everything we have. Like, my dad is from a very humble background as well. My mum, my mum's family are all from this town I live in. So we're not like silver spooned. And ever since I was about 12 years old, I've worked every single summer. So like,
right.
I've never had a summer break where I'd go skateboarding down the skate park every day and go out partying every night. And I'd maybe have like one weekend where I got to go to what we'd call a field party, where when we were all underage drinking, we'd go and set up a little campfire and just get drunk. But I worked in a warehouse, and I was packing up, card machines, like the card machine. I'd pack them up. That's all I'd do all day. That, some leaflets, some sticker, the charger in a box on a ramp. That's all I'd do for 6 weeks. I'd make money. And I loved having a bit of money, so I could walk around town with my friends if we were uptown on a weekend or whatever. And I could buy a CD, and I'd buy a new T-shirt, and I'd buy a new pair of trainers. And they'd be like, "Oh man, I wish I could do that. Your dad must give you all your money." I was like, "No, I've just worked 5 days of the week in a warehouse. Coming home stinking. I worked in a pub kitchen. You know what I mean? Every weekend, I worked in a pub kitchen every Friday and Saturday night, peeling potatoes, just because I liked having the money. And then I left college. And I worked for my dad for a bit, and that didn't really work out at the time. I weren't ready to go into that role. And I took from him the information, and I started up an online office furniture company. And then that did all right, but it didn't make me tick. And in my background, I was doing 621 as a blog. So I'd go all over the country with my camera, and I'd do free photo shoots because I was like, I just need the content. I just need the content. Just need your car. I like your car. Will you give me 2 hours of your day? I'll drive the 8-hour round trip. just to get the photos of your car. And obviously, I didn't have the dog or anything like that. I didn't have a responsibility, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's just go. Let's go do it."
And I'm sure even then people were telling you should be charging, you should be this, you should be that. And you were just,
what I learned to do was make money out of it. So I wouldn't charge them for photos. And then what I'd do is I'd do like 2 cars in a day. I'd offer one of those cars to Banzai magazine or Japanese Performance magazine. I'd be like, "I've got this photo set. Do you want it?" And if they'd go no, I'd offer it to another magazine. And normally one of them would take it. So I'd earn like £200 out of the day. And I'd have a photo shoot for me and a photo shoot for them. And then after 3 months, I got to use that photo shoot on my website anyway. So that's how I kind of rolled over with money doing that in the background. And from that, I was like, do you know what? People were like, "Look, I'll buy a T-shirt, I'll buy stickers and that." So I made a web shop on the website just for T-shirts and that. And then I was like, do you know what? Some guy messaged me. He was like, "Can you get parts?" And I was like, never really thought of it. Maybe. And I'm not going to lie. When he said that, I was like, do you know what? I'll see if I can get some trade accounts. Because if I can get trade accounts, I can get some discounted parts. That was what I was trying to use for my advantage. And absolutely nobody would give me one. Because they were like, "You're not VAT registered, you're not a proper business, blah, blah." So that's when I really started to like push to get 621 big. And once I become VAT registered and a proper company, that's when we were able to start. Well, it weren't so much VAT registered. We were doing parts before I become VAT registered because you've got to be turning over quite a lot of money in England to become VAT registered. But I just started getting accounts, pushing it. And what was the scariest thing was doing my own brand, because I had to go, like, I don't want to go too much into it, but when I got the contacts set up, obviously I visit them and I go to the factories and I make sure the factories are at a high enough standard that I'd be happy to use the parts on my car. That's how I judge it. If I get a part in like a sample and I'm like, "This is junk," I won't just rebrand it and sell it for cheap like I know a lot of people do. I'd be like, "This is fucking junk. I'm not putting this into the system. Go find someone else. I don't want your show. Like, I'll only put quality parts out." So like for instance, my lug nuts are made out of the same stuff that Ray's used on theirs. And the way I see it is, if it's good enough for Ray's, it's good enough for me. So, but we don't have as much markup in it. So whereas Ray's charge, I think, £130 for a set, we charge 70. So I don't make that £60 that Ray's will make, but I get my part into the loop. Yeah, and hopefully start to get the brand loyalty going. That's really where I see that. And you're right, like, people don't see the stuff that happens in the background. And I see a lot of people, I used to see a lot of comments who were like, "Oh, it's just all shit ordered from China out of a catalogue," which isn't true at all. Everything I buy is from Taiwan, because Taiwan uses a high grade of metal, the high grade of everything, basically. Like, there are some good factories in China, and I know some massive companies that a lot of scene kids would touch themselves over that have all their parts made in China. And you never know. But I use Taiwan because I actually have an office out there. What's that?
Oh.
Yeah, I have an office out there. I actually have a team of people that work out there now that specifically do my car parts for me. So they'll visit the factories. They'll do Q&A testing before they even hit our boat. Like, they'll literally go and check every single. For instance, our gear knobs are 100% QA'd now. Every single one is opened, checked for the perfect finish, perfect back in the box that comes to me. So I know a lot of the bigger companies don't do that. So it's just something that, even though people don't really see it going on, and I don't shout about it too much because I don't want people to feel like, I feel like if you shove it down people's throats, going, look what we do, people are just going to end up being like, "Man, shut the fuck up, dude." Like, all right, you make some gear knobs, who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like, the main thing for me was the coilovers, trying to get them into circulation. They do well now. They do really well now. But the first, I'd say 18 months of production was the hardest thing in the world, because you had, not only did you have people that were like the true JDM fanboys that wouldn't accept that a Taiwanese coilover could be good. Then you had the people that were selling like BC Racing and all the other brands, you know, they didn't like it that I was putting a product in the market that was cheaper than theirs, that was up to, as you know, as good as theirs. Some people even say better, but I'm not going to get into a back and forth. They didn't like it, and the fact that I was cutting out them, you know, because I cut out a lot of the. I do offer a dealer range. People want to be a dealer. We lose some money, and they can sell it on and make some money. But we offer that out to people. But a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to take that on at the minute. I don't know why either, because they'd rather, I don't know, maybe when we're bigger in 5 or 10 years, people will want to take more notice. But for instance, people are like, they've never been used on track. They've never been used on track. I was like, what are they talking about? Because the factory I use have been literally in the racing community for 25 years. So I was like, they're pissing me off now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's annoying that people go, oh yeah, look at this iPhone. It's never made a phone call in its life because Apple have never made a phone. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell, they've obviously used technology that they know works to make a phone call. Like, that really frustrated me. So what I did is I sponsored a guy that races in the VTEC Challenge. And he also races for our Army Motorsport team. So I like that because it was supporting the British Army and that sort of stuff as well. And he's been running them. This is his 4th year running them. He's not had any faults. And he improved his lap times on every single track. So they can't be bad. Literally, that's the way I see it. And like, we've got them on every type of car.
I would rock a set, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is all the knowledge that, like, I've always been curious about. I'm sure other people are curious about. So that's why I wanted to ask you. Like, I know that there's a lot of behind the scenes. I've caught it in like random videos when you throw in little snippets, especially about your coilovers. I mean, you did a whole video about them being your bread and butter. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you put the time in on those and the rest of the stuff. You know, like even the harnesses and all the stuff you have on your shop.
Man, are fucking sick. They're made by one of the biggest harness companies in the entire world, and the quality of those is superb. But when you compete against people like Takata, like, I have to try to, like, Peck gets really wound up that people buy Takata over ours. He's like, why? What? And I said, because it's one of those things, when you grow up looking at the cars on the internet, they normally have a set of Takatas, don't they? Like, you know, and then you go, right, my dream Honda is lowered on tying suspension with bride seats or with Takata harness and a Nardi wheel, and you have that in your head. And I know that because when I was growing up, I was like, man, all I want is a set of high-back coilovers, a set of Rega Masters, and a Jay's Racing exhaust. You look at my first DC5, it's exactly what it was. Like, it's only when you start learning, like, oh, there's other brands that do this. Oh, look, 61 do this. And like, this is why now I've been putting so much time and money into my Blue EG. We're nearly ready, like, to crack on with that now. In fact, I had a bunch of parts yesterday to be able to get all the suspension and stuff finished, like all the bushings and stuff for the what the fuck's it called? The arms and that. Like, so that will all be done hopefully by the time I'm back from USA. And what's that noise? Can you hear a noise? Is that my computer?
What do you hear? Like a hum?
Yeah, a little bit.
That might be my computer humming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when I'm back from America, hopefully that's done, so I can get back out on track. Like, I would like to be done by, what's the mark? Is it April now? April, May, June. If I can be done by the end of June, so in July, August, and September, I can get to some track days and really show people, like, how good they are. Because that's the only way I knew how to sell them. I didn't even, like, post about them that much. I just put, I'm going to be at this track day. I've got a spare seat in my car. If you want to come out and see what our coilovers are all about, buy a wristband and get out on track, and I'll take you around. I won't talk. I'll just drive. Because I like to think.
That's all people need to see. You know, like, once people hear it or see it, like, they're not going to listen when they're, like, they read about it or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, once it's in front of them for a while and, like, 61 is still there in, like, 10 years and the coilovers are still going, that people will just be like, oh, okay, I guess they were good. It's like, I've been telling you this
obviously, yeah, hopefully, like, over time, like, coilovers are one of these things that I personally would never buy used, because I feel like they're a product that gets used constantly. Like, there is no way for, you know, it's not like it's so hard to, like, if a coilover is on a car for 20,000 miles, that coilover has been like this for 20,000 miles. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's going to be on smooth roads the whole time. So
yep.
That's why I try to keep them priced real fair. So if somebody bought a set with them on a car, we actually had this before. We had a customer that bought a set on a car, and he was like, dude, I really like them, but I just want a new set, so I know that they're mine. He was like, I really like the coilovers on the car. I'm going to sell them on, and I'm going to buy a new set. And he did. And he come fitted them on, and he was like, man, I'm so stoked on these. Like, he was like, I'm just so stoked. I just wanted to know that they'd done no miles, basically. Like, and I was like, that's rad. Like, and then the other nice thing is when people sell their cars with them on, you get the new owners that go, well, actually, these are pretty good. You know, they're like, they surprise me with how good they are. And yeah, so that's like one of the positives as well. When you hear people go, oh, I never would have bought them because you're quite a small company, but because they're on the car, I had a go and I really like them. So
yeah.
But yeah, I never want,
crazy.
like, I think the only thing is, like, when you do stuff like that, when you take your brand that everybody loves as like a community brand, like a clothing brand and that, and then you start putting it on products, that's when people can start getting a bit like, oh, hang on, where are they taking this? Like, is this just a money maker? Like, at the end of the day, obviously I need to make money. It's my business. It's how I live. You know, it's how I buy my house. It's how I buy my cars and how I go on holidays and stuff. Like, I need to make money, but at the same time, we try and keep it so that the customer benefits because we've got the lower price and everything, the high quality on everything. I mean, it's hard. Like, the worst thing for me, the worst thing about it is when you go on, like, Facebook or something and you've been tagged in a post of some guy that's never used any of your stuff chatting a load of shit. And I'm just like, fucking hell, man. Like, I wouldn't open up Facebook and be like, oh, this so-and-so company's all made here and this is all shit. You know, I'd just be like, you don't know what you're on about. If you don't know what you're on about. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I just...
Yeah, no, exactly.
Now I just don't even get involved in it. I'm like, look, my product speaks for itself. I block the people and then I crack on. So...
That's great, man. That's what I wanted to hear. I thought, I felt like there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that no one knew about of 621 and of you and all that. And it's just like that I think needed to be, highlighted more so than the builds and all the stuff that you actually show that, like, I mean, a video is only 15 minutes. You're probably only working on your cars for 3 or 4 hours some days. And then, like, the rest of the day is just like, bro, I'm working.
Mate, people don't understand. And, like, as you all know now from doing YouTube as well, YouTube's a full-time job, whether you've got 1 subscriber or 100,000 or 1 million. Like, and it is hard. You film everything and you try and make it enjoyable. And then where I'm at now, I'm at, like, I think I hit 28,000 yesterday subscribers, which is pretty cool. Like, but
that was quick. You were at 24 like a month ago.
2 months ago. Yeah, I've been getting about 2,000 subs a month at the minute, and that's pretty cool. Like, that's rad. Like, the growth is rad, but I sometimes look at it and go, is it really worth it? Am I happy anymore doing this? Like, because I'll do like an epic BMW video, like a 30-minute long drift day, and people are like, where's the fucking Honda? I'm like, oh my god, dude! Like, there's 450 videos or whatever is on my channel. Go watch one of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a little side hobby. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, YouTube has its ups and downs for sure, but I don't think people appreciate. Like, I work for my dad's company. Now, I started this year because he offered me a director role in that, and I wanted to take it. I work for 621. I've started up Bandit Supply Co. I do YouTube. I have a dog. I'm trying to maintain somewhat of a social life, and I obviously like going on dates and meeting up with girls and shit as well. So it's hard, like, to balance everything. Like, imagine trying to do 7 or 8 things in a day. You just like, fuck this. Like, genuinely, like, I feel real bad because I had a really nice girl who wanted to go out a few weeks back, and I said, I'm too busy. I can't. So if you want to just meet up, then that's cool. But if you actually want to go and do something, then we can't. Like, so. Yeah.
And if you were down to just meet up, that would be like 500 more points because that's all I got. If you wanted to fit yourself in my fucking 2-hour window, that's great.
Oh, dude, don't. I got blocked by some girl because I only went around the house and then left straight away. She won't talk to me anymore. Well, it is what it is. It is like, you got to work out what's the positive, what's the negatives, and then I noticed like some YouTube people, like commenters and stuff, are nasty, man. Like, they're just nasty. Like, I did a video on one of my friend's Skylines. He's got a 4-door Skyline import rear-wheel drive drift car. I did a video on it, and people are like, "Oh, you're just copying Monkey London," who's a massive YouTuber here. I don't know if you know who Monkey London is. But he's fucking bad. And like everyone, like, you're just copying Monkey London. You just want to be Monkey London. So I went to a drift day. And I just introduced myself to Monkey London, and I spoke to him, and luckily I got on really well with him. And I was like, do you know what, dude? Like, can you help me out here and just do my intro for me? I was like, just roll with it. And he was like, yeah, what do you want me to do? I was like, just roll with it. You ready? And I picked up the camera, and I was like, look, I see all you guys want me to do. I see all you guys just think I want to be Monkey London. So fuck it, here he is. Monkey, it's your channel now. Fuck this shit, I'm out. And like, he was like, oh, 621, woo, woo, woo. And it was like the best intro. Yeah. Of every,
I think he
and like that's when I like it because I just went and spoke to him. I think like if I hadn't spoke to him, and he'd have seen, and he might have been like, what the fuck, he is copying me, whatever. Like, he's not like that. Monkey London is like the most chill dude you'll ever meet, just ever. Like, he's so sound. And like, he was, he goes to me. I said, like, dude, all these people are saying I'm trying to be you. I'm really not. Like, I've done car videos like this for ages. It's obviously now I've got a rear wheel drive on in them. They see the comparison. I don't want you to hate me or anything like that just because of a silly video. And he was like, no, dude, I watched it. It's fucking sick. He was like, keep fucking doing you, man. Fuck them. Who cares? If people are just going to chat shit and try and cause stuff, just ignore them. I'm more about a positive mental attitude. And like, that was amazing. Yeah. Again, at that drift day the other day, it was I've learned how to say it now, the Mayhan circuit. And I was like, that's like an expert level circuit in Japan. If you can link that, that's like expert level. They even advertise it's not for beginners. And like all day I was spinning out in the top corner because it was the most difficult thing I've ever done. And I come in and one of the girls I talked to there was saying like, oh, I just had to stand up for you because they were all like, oh, why does he keep spinning out? He's fucking shit. She was like, he's a self-taught drifter. Give him a fucking break. This is like the Mayhan circuit or whatever. Like, and like that's the thing I don't like. People think just because you're on YouTube, you're open to be fucking. People can be nasty to you. Do you know what I mean? And I don't feel like that should be the way. If people don't like your videos, just don't watch them, man. Like it's easy. Just don't unsubscribe and then put on their thing. I'm not interested in this, and it won't come up again. Instead, I think people just literally subscribe to dislike my videos, and it's ridiculous.
But there's also that thing. I mean, you wake up every day and you're making a video, and in your head you're like, are people gonna like this, or am I fucking up, or are people gonna judge me? And then there's like another switch that goes off in your head. It's just kind of like, you know, I'm doing this for me. You know, when I look back hell long, I'm gonna watch my own playlist and just be like, damn, I did some crazy shit for no reason, or I've been just on this random hype, you know, and like I don't know. I think it's been fun, you know, like I mean, me personally, I haven't hit too many haters, but my channel's not really that big. So at that point, it's just like everyone seems pretty chill. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy getting up every day and needing, quote unquote, needing and wanting to make a video, because as soon as you start, you feel like you're maybe letting people down. Like if you don't put up a video or you don't do something, it's kind of like, are they really waiting for me to post the video? And then you post the video and it gets a bunch of views and you're like, oh, it's okay. All right, that's cool. And it slowly helps. It slowly helps like the motivation of like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll get up and I'll make another video, or I'll keep progressing on this project, or I'll keep just doing what I'm doing, and people seem to like that.
I don't know. YouTube's so difficult, man. Like I mean, when I click on other people's videos, like one of the guys here, I'm not going to mention names and stuff, but I get on. I think we get on well. Like, I get on well with him. I don't know if he likes me or not, but like, his channel's grown huge in a year. Like he's got like, you know, he's got a lot of subscribers in like a year. He's gone from like doing nothing to doing a lot in a year. And people are really nasty about him. Like he's a bit quirky. He's a bit like, you know, happy-go-lucky. He likes cars. He just likes cars. You can just tell he likes cars, even if he doesn't know everything about them. He just likes cars. And
right.
I just feel like people just like to bully people. I just feel like that's something that they like to do. Luckily for me, you know, I mean, I'm quite in a fortunate position where I learned how to deal with bullying, because I was bullied like literally from primary school through college. Like it was sad. I was like the youngest in my year, so I was like the littlest, and I was like always picked on. But now I've learned just to literally, if someone leaves a nasty comment, I either try and give them a sarcastic reply. Yeah. Because I find that funny. It makes myself laugh. Like some guy left a comment on my FK2 video saying like, oh, I stopped watching as soon as he didn't know how to adjust the steering column. How can I take this guy's advice seriously? I just put, fuck off, Brian, you twat. Do you know what I mean? Because that's funny for me. Fuck off, Brian, you twat. And like, I got loads of likes and stuff. But I blocked him as well. So I was like, fuck you. You can't even reply to your own comment now, you dick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm having the last laugh because I blocked you. And I block everyone. If they leave a moderately nasty comment, I block them. Because I don't do YouTube for any other reason than for fun. I don't need YouTube for my business to be successful. It was doing very well before YouTube, and I believe if I stopped doing my YouTube, it would still do very well. I don't need it for like the narcissistic side of me. Like I don't need that. I don't genuinely care anymore about anything. So I just don't give a shit. I only do it mainly, like you said, so I can post a video, gauge people's reactions on it, and then, but like, it's like my drifting. So like, I'm posting the drifting so I can watch back, and I can go back to my first ever drift day where I couldn't even do a proper donut, and now I can go to my 8th drift day where I'm doing the Mayhan circuit, and it's like, wow, to see that progression, and I can watch it back, and like, and it's just good memories. Like the video one of my best friends, Nate, did for me, the Drift Matsuri video, I've watched it about 50 times. Because I'm like, that's just the best weekend of my life. And he made such a beautiful video. I was like, I love watching it. So, yeah, it's like, I don't know, YouTube very strange. I see Adam LZ, for instance, getting so much hate. And I'm just like, dude, he's just a guy that likes his cars and his BMX. Like, it's not his fault he's got 1.7 million subscribers, whatever he's on now, 1.5 million subscribers, is it? You know, there's always, like I said, there's going to be bad eggs in everything. Like I said about the Honda scene earlier, like, there'll always be bad eggs, and it's just learning to block them out. Like, I think the one that got to me the most about LZ and his bird, Nicole, was when people were being really nasty about Nicole. Like, I don't know what it was about. I think it was when she bought her drift car. Like, she even made a post like, all right, the last video, all the comments have really upset me. And I was like, man, like, they're just, all right, they're obviously doing it for the money side as well. They must make a fucking fortune out of YouTube. But I'd love to make a fortune out of YouTube. Do you know what I mean? It'd be rad to have an income coming in where I can be like, right, fuck it, I'm gonna, like, let's just say he's got a 1J for his Nicole's car. I'd love to be able to go, I mean, just I'll get a 1J and just throw it in until you get something else.
Right? I mean, think about it. It's like, what's the life now if, like, I mean, I'm looking at like small scale, right? If you can produce enough stuff and your channel is bringing in like $600 a month. I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, that's a cool ass car payment. So as long as you wake up in the morning, you do something cool, you get a check every month, and it's just kind of like, all right, did you really want that GTR? Do you want that new Demon? Like, did you really want that? Because I mean, that could be a car payment for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, you want that new Type R? You can probably get it now.
I mean, I don't make any, realistically, I make very little off YouTube. My videos don't get that much interaction. I mean, they do okay, but they don't, like, bang. Like, you know what I mean by bang? So they don't, like, explode. They don't go wild, nothing. They just do all right. They tick over. I think they do okay. I don't know how to get more interaction with them. I can't. It's hard. Like, I don't know. But I just try and look at it, and like, if I try and make my videos funny. I try and edit them so there's jokes in there and it's funny, and you can see the banter between me and the boys, or me and the dog. You know, like, you know, just have a laugh. So if I watch it back, I can giggle at it and be like, oh yeah, that was a fun day, and it's pretty cool to be able to, like. And the way I see it, like, in the future, hopefully, I'm lucky enough to have kids and that, and I can show them and be like, this is what we used to do. Look, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, I wonder sometimes if, like, I cared about YouTube like 6-7 years ago, when, like, I was doing a bunch of crazy stuff, like when I drove to LA and back on a weekend just to swap my engine, and my friend and I were, like, making splitters for a track day, and then we drove to Vegas like 2, maybe 3 times for a huge Del Sol meet, and I'm just like, man, I wish I cared enough to record then, you know what I mean? Like, and have all of that footage, because now all I have is memories. And now I'm sitting here like, just like, all right, well, now I'm just doing my day to day. I wish I had all that documented.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was kind of gutted, because when I started off the Honda Diaries, I got real aggy about videos. So, like, people would be messaging me like, when's the next video coming out? And because I only had like 500 or 600 subscribers, I'd be like, fuck off. Like, I don't earn any money out of this. I got a real job I got to do to earn money. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to save for my first house. Like, I need to make money. But back then, no one was doing car builds apart from Mighty Car Mods. And I just look back and I'm like, man, if I'd have just stuck it out, because I broke up with my girlfriend during it all, like, a couple of times and stuff. And by then I was just like, do you know what? I don't want to fucking film nothing. I don't want my fucking life on YouTube. I want to just be on my own and be quiet. And, you know, but looking back, I just think if I'd have just manned up and just filmed, then who knows where my channel could be at now. But I'm putting in the work now, and, like, the only issue is that obviously I've got a very much Honda-based audience, and obviously Honda isn't my only life anymore. I have the BMW, I like Nissans, like I like Silvias and stuff. Like, I'd love to be able to post more stuff like that. But for instance, I'll just get my YouTube up now. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, where is it? Like, I did my friend's Nissan Silvia getting coilovers fitted the other week, and it's a funny video, man. Like, it's a funny video.
Morgan Sylvia. That was a
funny. And it's got less than 7,000 views, whereas, like, you know, my Honda Diaries season 2 episode 1's got 13,000 views, so over double. And I just think, well, is it worth making that video now? You know, like, is that worth it, sort of thing? But the way I got to keep reminding myself, I don't do it for the views. I don't do it. I don't earn any money really out of it anyway. Like, I just do it for fun, and if I can sit back and watch it, and the guys have a laugh watching it as well, then it works. I've got a really nice audience as well. Like, I do have, like, some subscribers I see every single time, always leaving nice comments and stuff. Like, And it's nice. It's nice. And if someone leaves a negative comment, like I said, I just block them. Because fuck them, you know, fuck them, who's a shit. You know, they wouldn't say it to me to my face, and if they did, they'd end up getting punched in the throat. So who cares? Like,
yeah, you wouldn't say this if you were behind a keyboard. Like I refuse to believe a person is like that they would say the shit they say just to the person's face. Like, and the other part is that we can see how many videos they've ever uploaded. So it's funny to me when I watch people's videos and I see some guy like talk shit, and then I highlight over his name, and they're just like, you don't even make videos. Like you're not even open to like putting your life out there, or you're putting yourself up for ridicule. You know what I mean? It's like every video you're just like inviting idiots to come talk to you. And I'm happy that the majority are really good people, but it makes me laugh when I notice that like this guy who's just hating for no reason, like you're not open to that. You don't upload. You don't
my favorite one I got recently was on the BMW exhaust video, where some guy put LOL all of these cars and you can't even work on them. And I clicked on his channel and he had a video of him in a workshop, like a garage workshop, just like it was a phone video. They filmed like that. And I just put, I said, I'm slowly learning, but you want to be careful. If everybody learns how to work on their cars, you'll be out of a job. And you know what I mean? People don't look at it like that. If everybody learns how to do everything on their cars, I ain't going to need a mechanic anymore. I'll just go do it for free. Why would I pay somebody? You know, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to know everything about my car. I like taking it to certain places and just having a chill out with the guys. I like supporting businesses, you know, like, it is what it is. I work very hard.
I will admit, there is a time now where some jobs you don't want to do. You know, like your clutch goes out. Yeah, you could do it, or
I'd never do a clutch. Ever. That sounds awful. Fuck doing that on axle stands in my garage. No way. If my clutch goes, I'd get it on a recovery. I'd put it on the trailer and drop it to somewhere and be like, "Can you fix my clutch for me? There's the parts. Can you get it done?" Like, no way would I get under my car. Like on the axle stands as well, man. If I had a ramp, then maybe. But I don't have the space for a ramp, so there's no way. I'm like my Legend. I need to do the sump, and everyone's like, "Why is the Legend not ready?" Well, because I'm not laying on my floor for 12 hours to put a sump on.
That's why I laugh when you got Pete under the car trying to do new brake lines under the hatch, and like the jack stands they're like barely fully extended, and he's just sitting there like, well, I'm fucking doing this. Like, this is how this is going down.
He loves it, man. Like, I'm really lucky to have Pete. Like, he'll just turn up some days and do the work without me even asking. Like, the other day, he was doing the brake lines, and he wasn't even telling me he was doing the brake lines. He was meant to be working on my cousin's car, and he just started doing the brake lines because he was like, well, I'd rather work on a Honda. So, like, Pete's a great guy. And, like, the banter we get to have down there, if I just sat there and did it all on my own, I'd be one very lonely guy. And, like, being able to have the guys around, we all do a little bit here and there. And I tried to explain the other day in a video when I was doing the bits on it. I was like, look, you're not going to get any content because I can't film and record at the same time.
It also adds like 2 hours to like a short job if you want to make it artistic or just document it, or just like in the back of your head, or like, I can hit record and this will take 2 hours. I might fill the card up, but then I got to go through 2 hours worth of footage. Okay, I'm just going to do it and I'll show you I'm done. And then that switch pops in your head of just like, all right, that's how this is going down.
I don't know, man. I just try and make sure I keep YouTube for me fun. Like I don't have. I'm quite lucky where I've got 621 on that, so I've got a brand to push as well, so I get to use it for that. And I've got the drifting and all that sort of stuff. I just want to keep it fun. Like if I'm having fun doing the videos, then it's cool. Recently, I haven't been fun doing the videos, so I don't know. Well, luckily, I'm going to America. I'm flying to America next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I don't have to. Right? In Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm quite lucky where I can have that little break. I can go, right, I'll be filming an iBike special and I'll be filming at Mims this weekend. The video I really want to go and make though is a walk around on my BMW. Because everyone's always like, oh, what mods are on it? What mods are on it? And I'd just like to do a video where I upload where I'm like, right, this is the BMW, this is what I've done. It's just a quick walk around video, blah, blah, blah. But I know my Honda audience will hate it. And I'm like, oh, do I do it? And like, I don't want to wind any of them up. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want them to be like, fuck this, I hate BMWs, I'm unsubscribing. But at the same time, it's a video I want to make. So I think I'll probably do it, but I'll do it when I'm back from iBike. Because I've got some plans for the show videos to make them like not just one really long show video. It should be one video that documents the show, and then I want to pick out individual cars. I used to do it when I blogged. So what I do is I do a blog post of the show. And then I'd pick my 5 favourite cars and I'd go in detail about them. So I think I'm
Right.
going to try and do something like that at the event instead, and show off some of the UK Hondas to everybody. But yeah, I want to do them videos of Mims, show off some of the cars. Hopefully it works out how I've got it in my head. But you know what it's like. When you're at an event, it's just carnage. Like, you know, especially when you're a little bit of a public face and everybody knows you. So, like, they're all going to want to come say hello. And, like, it's hard. Like, 'cause I like talking to everybody. So I can't be like, yo, dude, sorry, I got to cut the convo short. I want to go film this car. So.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Is there anything else you want to know about 621 or anything like that? I don't want to feel like I'm pushing it too much. Like, I just want to have a chat with you, really.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's really what I wanted to know. Aside from just hanging out and talking, that was a lot. That's what I really wanted to learn, just a little more about 621 and more so like behind the scenes, why you wanted to make it, you know. And I'm glad we talked a little bit about that, because, like, I mean, I know you also have like a personal vlog YouTube that you started a while back.
Yeah, I don't.
And then you just been
on that channel. Yeah, I don't do.
What's that?
I don't do too much on that channel. Hello?
Yeah, that's why I was just like, that's why I wanted to know more about, like, the behind the scenes of 621, because, like, you rarely see it. And I mean, it's interesting to me, so that's why I wanted to ask you those things.
I just believe that you should always keep something for yourself. So it doesn't matter what it is. Like, you've just got to have something that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of it. It doesn't matter what, if you don't want to show it to anybody or anything like that. If it's just for you and it makes you happy, do it. So, like, for me, it's the drifting, and obviously, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't really enjoy the backlog of work that we have. Like, I don't enjoy all the paperwork and the accounts and the meetings and stuff. Like, some of the meetings for my dad's business are all right, but overall, it's all quite boring. So I wouldn't, for one, like, I can't daily vlog because some of the customers we have are confidential. So I couldn't show some of the the customers on my days, or even when I go to a meeting for my dad, I'm not allowed to post anywhere online where I am. So for that 2 days, I might just be silent online. So I won't post on Twitter, I won't post on Facebook, I won't post on anything. So no one can work out where I am. And it's not out of being thinking I'm better than everybody. It's because I've signed a bit of paper that says I agree to the confidentiality. Like, I have to do that. I'm part of a proper company, a big professional company. But with 621, like, I try and keep it fun, man. I try and keep it real. Like, one of my favourite memories I've got, and it was so funny. I think it was this time last year at Rockingham for the Mims event. I stood there and these two really pretty girls come up to the stand, and they were like, our boyfriend's a massive fan of yours on your YouTube, but he's too nervous to come and say hello. Will you have a photo with us and we can send it to him? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So I put my arm around them both like that, and I had both the girls either side, and they sent it to their boyfriend, and he come up at the very end of the day, and he was like, I was so nervous to come and speak to you, but I saw my girlfriend did, so I just had to come and say hello because she couldn't have a one-off of me. And I thought it was so funny. I was like, oh man, at the end of the day, dude, I'm just a fucking guy from Essex that loves cars, decides to film online. Like, I don't see myself as anything special. I don't pretend to be anything special. I dick around on YouTube. Like, if I thought I was something special, I wouldn't put all of these, like, mistakes I make online. I wouldn't put all of my drift videos on and me spinning. I'd be like, only put the perfect skids in and be like, yeah, this is me. I'm the fucking raddest dude. I'm like, oh, fuck that, man. I fuck up all the time. I'm an idiot, I'm just persistent idiot, passionate about what he does, and not get told no. If someone says no, like, I'll fucking be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do it double as good then. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't do that. You fucking watch me do that. Like, one of the main reasons we started our coilovers is because a certain big company wouldn't give us an account, and I was like, fuck it, what the fuck am I gonna do? Well, make my own. It took 3 years to get the money together for it, but I did it in the end, and now look. So, like I said, I might be an idiot, but I'm a persistent one, and I get what I want. Like, I work out how to do it, I lay out a plan, and I don't follow the plan at all, and I do whatever I think is right. Just go, right, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking roll with it. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Like, everyone keeps saying to me, not everyone, but like all the drift people that keep saying to me, now you're going to compete, I'm like, well, let's just wait and see. If we get good enough, maybe, but drifting's expensive, dude. Like, I just want to keep it fun for now. Just like with the Hondas, I never competed. Like, I don't want to spend £400 on an entry for a race and then all the insurance and that. I just want to go, right, there's my track day, there's my wristband, let's go have some fun. Like, go home at the end of the day, see the video, see the photos, be like, man, that was a rad day with my friends. Like, now what we do? So yeah, like it's cool. And I'll be honest, starting this year at my dad's place has really made me calm down on the YouTube side, because before, when I didn't work for my dad, I didn't obviously have that wage coming in, and I took a bit from 621, and as a direct, the owner, I paid myself a wage, but I didn't have 2 employees at the time. So by having 2 employees, I was like, wow, okay, I need a little bit of extra income. So that's why we were pushing so hard on the YouTube, and it was like I need this to take off, because otherwise I can't afford it. Well, now I don't take a wage from 621 anymore, so it's like it's okay. I don't have that stress anymore, because I have a income from a company that I work for. I do hard work and I work hard for, and that's why, like, if all these like people on YouTube crying because they're not getting as much money anymore, like, oh, my videos being monetized, I'm like, well, that's why I'm glad I never put all my eggs in one basket, because I feel like if I'd have been going so hard on the YouTube, say I was earning £1,000 a month out of the YouTube, or £2,000 a month out of YouTube, and then all of a sudden I'm earning £800 a month, and I had a mortgage and a car payment, and all that sort of thing. What the fuck, man? I'm like, I'm safe. I feel comfortable. I'm like, right, I've got this going on. I've got this going on, and I've got this going on. It's all making me a little bit of money. It's cool. YouTube can be my fun thing. Like, YouTube can be the way I meet guys like you, and meet Monkey London, and I meet, like, Danny. Well, I already knew Danny DC2, to be fair. I've known him for years. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good way of, like, watching your friends, meeting new friends and being like, oh, that guy isn't the same stuff as me. When I go over to California, I'll send you a message, like, yeah, I'm about and hang out or whatever, and it's a fun way to do it. Like, that's what 621 always did for me with the camera. I'd be like, I'd just put a post out on Facebook or on the Facebook 61 Facebook page or the blog, and I'd be like, I'm going to be in Los Angeles. Does anybody want to hang out? And this one guy messaged me with an NSX. His name's Robert NSX, I think his name is, on Instagram. I'll see if he's still quite active, because I saw he posted the other day. Robert NSX. There he is. This guy. Can you guys see that? Robert NSX?
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah? So he basically messaged me back, and he was like, yo, I'm about if you want to hang out. And I was like, really? A guy with an NSX wants to hang out and do photos and stuff? And he was like, yeah, man, let's hang out. And he just come and pick me up from my hotel with his freaking crew, man. And they all had, like, slammed BMWs, like, big wheels. And I was like, I look like I'm selling drugs. I was like, I look like I'm walking out of this hotel. And, like, we stayed in Santa Monica because my dad paid for it, that holiday, which was cool. And like, we were staying in Santa Monica, so we were staying in this real fancy hotel. And I walked out of this hotel to this freaking NSX, and I get in, and we all just go off. And we had one of the best nights ever. We went and ate Mexican food at 2 a.m. And it was like, it was so rad, dude. Like, the memories and stuff like that. It just, it's created.
Yeah,
I could never, even if, like, the stress and the anxiety and all that, and the time-consuming nature of the job, like, it's worth it, like, for moments like that. And I don't know where it will take me next. Who knows? Like, I personally, like, I'd like to work with some car companies and actually be able to do some videos of their cars. But I think the way I am and the words I use, I don't think the big corporations like that. I can't change that style. I deleted all the swear words from one of my videos the other day. People were giving me shit for it. I was like, fucking hell, man, it's one video. Like, it'd be cool to be able to, like, say like, Nissan were like, yo, we've got this new rear-wheel drive car coming out. We need some YouTubers to test it. Like, did you see, like TJ Hunt and Evan Shanks and all that got to go to that Michelin event?
Yeah.
Well, we had British YouTubers go over for that as well, and I was like, man, imagine being able to go out to something like that, like, all expensive paid trip, like, to Los Angeles, drive cars on track. And I was watching one of the guys, and I like him. I'm not gonna lie, I like his videos. His name's Seen Through Glass. He's cool. Like, he's a bit eccentric, rich British guy. That's the way I kind of put him out there as. Like, he's a bit quirky and he's cool. And I like that he's real. I like that he doesn't mask his personality to do his car videos. And they flew him out, and he was driving around in this BMW M4 or M whatever. It was like a really nice BMW, and he was like, "I'm so nervous. I've never done a track day before." And I was like, imagine if that was me, Danny, and Monkey London, like us three that are all freaking lunatics in cars. Oh, here's 3 keys to M3s. It'd be like, right, traction control off. Boys, get on my door. I'd be like, Monkey, get on the door. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be like, but I think that's why maybe we don't get to go, because it would be like, we can't have these 3 absolute lunatics in these $70,000 cars, like. But I think
You're a liability. You're a liability out there.
I think it'd be better viewing though. Surely you'd want to see some guy just being like, "Well, I've never driven an M4 before, but I'm going to see if I can get it sideways." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that would be more interesting than, "Oh yeah, the tires. Well, I've never done a track day before, but the tires do feel grippy, but I've got nothing to compare them to." I'd be like, "Man, these tires are fucking shit, or they're fucking awesome." You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to get to a point where companies want to work with me just to do fun stuff like that. Like today, I had a company message me. They make racetracks. Like for the walls, so like they're like wooden race tracks that are like decoration, and like I've never had anybody like being like, "Look, we want to give you something to promote for us," and they literally were like, "Look, we would like to work with you. We don't expect anything from you apart from a post on Instagram and a discount code that we'll give out to your followers." And I was like, "Dude, that's cool. I'd buy one of those. Like that looks rad." And I was like, "Yeah, I think maybe my followers would like that." And they were like, I was like, "Do you want me to pay for one?" And they were like, No. If you do the post for us, you can have one." I was like, "No, I'll pay. I'm happy to pay my way in life." No. You have one for free, but make sure you do a post about it. And I was like, man, that's so nice. Like a company's gone out of their way, found me and gone, "That guy looks cool. Let's give him something." Do you know what I mean? Like that's right. Like, I do that with 621. I look for like for people. I'm like, man, I want my product on their car. Like even if I can't give away suspension for free, but like I can do deals on it, obviously. And like, there's one car that I wanted my suspension on so bad. I literally to the point that he lives 4.5 hours away. I put the suspension in my car and I drove 4.5 hours to his place. And I was like, "Fit it, and if you don't like it, I'll come back and take it off and I'll sell it as second hand. You don't have to pay me for it until you like it." And he come down at my next meet with a wad of cash and he was like, "There's your fucking money, you prick." He was like, "I do like it and I like it a lot." And I'll show you the car because I did photos of it. Like it was like,
Oh, that looks tight.
yeah, genuine JDM DC2 in yellow on Volks. So that was like, that was rad, man. And we did a video.
Wait, is that the same? Is that the same yellow DC2? I think was that with the yellow Recaros or no? Oh wow, no, not that.
It does have yellow Recaros, but it's not the same car. So that is another one. So we've got so many of like what I consider the rarest cars running our parts, which is rad. Like, you know, it's all well and good. Like everybody else moaning, like I don't know. I just love having like the select few that are just like true Honda guys that are like, "We love what you're doing. You know, it's rad. Like we have no issues against it and stuff like that." Like people do get funny, man, and I think people forget that I am a car guy. Like I am just a car guy. I've just got this head on me, and I'm passionate about what I do. Like I want to bring good parts in.
That's great. Yeah. So kind of on that note, because this is my question to you, is why the blue EG? Why not the red EG? Because
I've had 400 hours of restoration work done on that car, and I'm not even halfway done yet. So
yeah. Because I'm slowly seeing stripping everything off the red car, putting on the blue car, which is tight because I want to see you on the track too. But then I can finally see you just like, it looks too nice. It's almost like I want to put it on a mantle. Like, I'll deal with that later.
I'll be honest, the main goal with the red one is for it to be like perfect. And like, I was kind of feeling the pressure of my audience, even though it's only like, at the time it was like 26,000 or whatever. They were like, "Get a car done. Like, this is boring. Like, we're not enjoying watching you not do car stuff." And I was like, right, I can't afford everything I want for the red one yet, but I've got everything off the red one that could go on the blue one, and it could be running in no time. Yeah. And that's why the blue one. And I won't be afraid to crash the blue one. Whereas the red one, I genuinely, my ideal situation with the red one is that becomes like the show car. So eventually I'd like to have obviously a big building for 621 and the red one just be on show. So
that's cool.
Inside, around the ropes around it, so no one can go and touch it. But that car, I think, is the reason 621 is what it is. Because that car, I got to test all my parts on it first. That car, I learned really how to drive properly. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not an angel. Like I'm calmer now, but I used to go street racing and stuff all the time, and it was always in that car. And that car made me believe what I was doing was good. It gave me like the idea in my head, like what I am doing, the effort I'm putting in now, is worthwhile. And then I saw a guy crash one, like on the internet. I saw a video of one crashed, and I never raced it on the road again. because it was folded. Like it honestly,
Yeah.
like this bit, like imagine this bit of paper. The car looked like that, and I was like, dude, imagine being in a car and like I've got all these like at the time I had a BMW, brand new BMW 3 Series, and I was like, why am I putting my life at risk, my whole future at risk, for a little bit of that? Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's why I took up the track days, and then from that I was like, I want to develop my coilovers more, I want to do this more, I want to do that more, I want this better, I want that better, I want to get these parts in because that'd help out guys like me. And like I try with 621 not to make it arrogant. I try not to make it like, you know, some companies have like, oh, we've got a massive lorry and loads of race cars. Oh yeah, we're the best. We're the specialists. I'd find that quite intimidating ringing up a company like that. I want to know that I'm ringing up a guy that used to race around on the road, you know, has done all right and managed to create something that is a safe place for me just to go in the shop and sit on this sofa and be like, dude, man, I wish I could afford your coilovers, but I can't at the minute. You know what I mean? Or it just help people out. I just want to help people out. I like to make it a comfortable place for people like me who were the misfits forever, that then find their place in the Honda scene or in the car scene and understand like we can go and chill at 621. You know, we can go and chill there. It's fine. Adam doesn't mind us coming in and just chilling. Like, that's what I want people to feel like we are. I don't know. I just want people to see we're real, I guess. Like, I don't want to put on a facade. Like,
I feel like that's becoming a common, maybe common. I don't know. Maybe to me, like I'm 30, and I know everybody who's been doing cars, like, wants to do it full time. I guess like it's obviously our passion, our hobby. But when I meet people that are doing what you're doing, the stories are so similar. Of just like all I've ever wanted was like a garage and all my friends in there, and like that's what you had, you know, like you went over to your friend's house who had the garage and you're all just hanging out, having a couple drinks, someone's doing their oil, someone's cleaning their car, and somehow as you got older you're just like, I still just want that, you know. And now like you have your shop, you're just like, I'm just trying to hang out, I just happen to have this now, so yeah. Tight.
Yeah, like I don't know, man, it's hard. Like I feel like I don't want to sound fucking cliche, and I know this is going to sound so cliche and lame and fucking just. I don't find like nightclubs and stuff like that fun. Like, obviously, occasionally, if you're with the right people and you go out and you just get wasted and you chat some girls and you just have some fun, like, it's a good night. When I was younger, I used to go out every single night. I used to go out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to this one club with the same group of people. That when I look back on it, I'm like, they weren't even my friends. Like, they weren't. Like, I'd just go out with them because they were going out as well. Do you know what I mean? And it was like something to do. But then when I started really modifying my cars and having, like, I consider, like, cliques, obviously you lose friends as well for it. But, like, I had, like, a really close group of friends that were in Northampton. So I'd go up to Northampton, which is about 2 hours away from me. I'd go up there every weekend. Just hang out. And people were like, where'd you go for a weekend? I go to Northampton. Why? My friends live there. Like, what do you do? Just hang out at their unit. What do? Work on cars. What the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like, people think, and it made me comfortable. And then, obviously, as you grow older and you meet local, better guys, well, not better guys, but more local guys, and you know, you find people that you trust more, and you go, all right, these are the people that have got my back, so I've got theirs. It just so happens we've all got a love for cars, and that's that. I mean, you lose friends as well, man. I'm not going to pretend like everybody you see in the videos I'm still super friendly with. I mean, there's some people I don't get on with that I don't talk to anymore, that I don't even have Facebook, and they were in loads of my videos back in the day. But everyone thinks me and Harper fell out, but we haven't at all. We're still really good friends. We went for dinner the other night. Like, he's just got other stuff going on. You know, people forget that everyone lives their own life separately as well off of YouTube. But yeah, I feel like you're right. Like, all we ever want to do is just car shit. And if I have to enable me to do my car shit, I have to sell car parts. And that's what I'll do. I'll sell all the fucking car parts in the fucking world if I have to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like, this is my hustle to make this happen.
Yeah,
so
of course.
That's what
I try and explain that to people. Like, when people are, you know, people are like, I'm like, what do you do? And they're like, oh, well, I sell solar panels. I'm like, well, where are they made? Taiwan. Well, exactly. So why are your solar panels that are sold made in Taiwan is all right for you to sell and make money, but my coilovers that are made there ain't okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just try and get that into people's heads. Nearly fucking everything is made in either China or Taiwan. Like, anything. Like, Look at your phone. Look at these. They're manufactured where you live. Made in Taiwan. They're designed in California. There you go. Designed in California, assembled in Taiwan. No, China.
Yeah.
Sorry, or is it Taiwan? Made in China. I don't know. Yeah, made in China, in the same factory that makes Samsungs. They're made in the same fucking place that their main competitor is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's all a fucking facade, man. It's all fucking penny pinching, isn't it? It is what it is. But if your end product and you're happy with it, why the fuck does it matter? That's why a lot of the big Japanese companies have this stuff made in China. They box it up in Japan. And then it says made in Japan on the box, not the product. So,
That's hilarious, dude.
yeah, man. But I live and let live, dude. Like, look at all the products I got on my cars. I can't say I haven't been bitten by the JDM bug. Nearly every single part I've got is like JDM, apart from the stuff I make, which is obviously made in Taiwan. But I'm proud of that. I posted a picture of one of the rooms of my factory on Facebook the other week when I was there, and it's the cleanest fucking factory in the world, genuinely. And that's why I like working with them, because they're honest and they're good people and they make a good product. So. I don't know, man. I'm in a situation where for the first time ever, I'm relatively happy with everything. Like,
That's good.
I've
That's
got,
fucking good, man.
I've got my cool cars. I've got my drift car that I absolutely adore. I love drifting. I love the friends I'm making through it. I love the videos I'm making through it. I think they're my best videos. I think the Drift Days ones are the best videos I make, even if they're not the content everybody wants to see. Like, I just put my heart on the line, man. Like, I just go, right, this is me fucking up. Like, there was one video where I put a fail compilation in to start with. You know what I mean? And then I put my crash in, and I just try and be as honest as I really can, because then I mean, people.
If you're out there and you're gonna try to drift, it's gonna happen to you. I mean, you're not gonna be perfect, and it's just a lot of people aren't gonna go out there and put their car on
different tracks. I'm trying to get around everywhere, and yeah, and what annoys me is people are like, "Oh, you've given up on Hondas." I'm like, dude, I've literally got 4 Hondas down the garden that I need to fix. Like, I haven't given up at all. It's just Hondas are expensive, and I don't want to work on them on my own. Like, I want to do it with my friends, and if my friends aren't about, like Pete, I'm gonna hopefully go around his tomorrow morning, and drop him my arms with all my stuff, and I'll film that because I want to show people his car. And then people will be like, "Oh, that's why Pete's not always around, because he's balls deep in his build as well." You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I feel people on the internet expect way too much from us guys, that we ain't entertainers. You know, we're not getting paid to do this. Everything's our own money. We're just out there trying to be entertainers, you know, filming what we're doing. You know, I mean, like, I do it as honest as I can. So I don't want to call out YouTubers or anything like that, because I'm not like that. But I see a lot of people that only do it to push t-shirts. I see a lot of people only do it to do certain stuff. Whereas I do the videos because I enjoy doing the videos. Like, I enjoy doing the videos. Like, the most part, I enjoy doing the videos. Not all of them. Like, some of them, like, fuck. But most of them, I really enjoy. Your friend's NSX, by the way, is sick.
Yeah, dude. He's wanted an NSX for as long as I've known him. He like, even if you read his feature in Honda tuning for his Del Sol, that was his dream car. Like, what was your dream car? NSX, first gen NSX. I want that. And like, we went to
all of the Honda tuning magazines at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up, see what one he was in.
Yeah, he's a Getaway Del Sol. It's a green Del Sol. It's on the cover. It was like one of the last ones before Super Street bought them.
Oh, I've seen your videos on his car. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah. And so I just remember going to go see the car, and like, the guy went over to this other garage that he was like, I think he was renting a garage space from another person in like the unit, and it went up, and we both looked at the car, and I knew when I looked at him, I'm just like, this shit's sold already. Like, he hasn't even bought it or talked price. It was just like, no. And I was like, yep, I'm gonna see this in like 2 weeks in the driveway.
He seems like a really nice dude.
What's that?
He seems like a really nice guy. I've watched the video. He seems like a really nice guy. Like, just loves his hobbies.
Yeah. One of my closest friends, dude. He's had like EGs, CRXs. He has that. This is like a third Del Sol. That was his third Del Sol that he has now, and so he just like went off for it. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And now it's crazy just driving around in an NSX.
Let me ask. let me ask you your question. Let me ask you a couple of questions now. What do you hope to happen with your YouTube channel?
Honestly, I don't really know. There's a lot of stuff I've wanted to do. Like, I have my Del Sol. I haven't driven it in a really long time, so I just want to document a lot of my like filming, or not document my filming, document my Del Sol in my cars. Like, I've had them both, my hatch and my Del Sol, for like 6 years, and I bought a B17 a long time ago. I drove to LA, bought a B17 off a friend, off the Del Sol forums. We swapped it into my car. I drove it back. And so now I still have that. So I kind of want to put that in my hatch and make like a cool like SIR build with the B17. If I can make that happen, I really want to learn how to build my own engine. So actually, my friend with the NSX, his brother bought that B20, and it kind of sat around, so it kind of needs a rebuild. So I'm trying to rebuild it, and I want to learn how to do that because I feel like that's the one thing I really don't know. I mean, there's more stuff I don't know, but I've never like torn apart an engine and was just kind of like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, because I don't. I've seen a bunch of videos and I'm just like, I'm gonna go for it. But as far as what I'm doing with my channel, I don't know. Like I got really like I got really into just filming, you know, and like I felt like I became really comfortable really fast just talking to the camera and talking to people like that. Wasn't awkward for me. So I was like, hey, this is good. Hey, Christian, this is good. You know what I mean? Like, if you can just talk into the camera and not get awkward and just carry on a conversation, like that's pretty good, you know? And then, not gonna lie, I saw the video on the EF, your buddy's EF, the green one at the time. And I was just kind of like,
In Ireland?
no, dude. What's that?
Guy in Ireland?
Yeah. Where was that? It was a funny name. Was it like Daka or Baka? Where's he from?
Oh no! I was in it. Durka. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. My friend's one. Sorry, I've done so many ES recently. I can't remember. Yeah. That's pink now.
Yeah, that's pink now.
Yeah.
The fucking carbon fiber front end. This guy fucking killing me. Yeah, I saw that, and then I was just kind of like, that's what I want. Okay. And then I followed a bunch of other vloggers, you know, like Ben Brown. Everyone watches Casey and just all these other vloggers. And I was like, I can mix this too, because I feel like I like cars and I like just filming and editing and stuff like that. So that's kind of, I guess. So it's that. And when I said earlier about wishing I was recording all the dumb stuff my friends and I did to our cars, you know, like our track days and modding stuff, and that guy with the NSX, DJ, he ordered like a full sheet of Alumilite. It's like plywood, but it's just like aluminum. It's like shaped the same way as cardboard. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So he brought that whole sheet to his house, and he's like, I'm gonna build a diffuser. And I was just like, what? And he got cardboard and just cardboarded a diffuser to the front of his lip, so it went just above his Type R lip, and he's just like, I think this is good. And then put it on the Aluminite, cut it out, and then he had to fix brackets, and we're just sitting there just like, I mean, it looks good, dude. Yeah, sure. And like, I'm just like, I wish I would have recorded that, because I have the memories, but now it's just more so wanting to just document like my life, what I'm doing, what my friends are doing with their cars, and just the slow evolving of that. And like, I don't see myself stopping anytime soon, because I enjoy it. So
I just looked at your channel, man. You get good views for like, you've got 275 subs, and you're like, there's some of your videos that have only got like 73 views, but some have got like 300, 1,000, 450. Like, you're getting more views than you have subs, which is awesome.
Yeah,
like
that's really weird.
Yeah.
What's
cool.
that?
Like your jazz education, like got like nearly 900 or 900 views between it. Like, that's good.
Yeah, and that was like in a couple days, and I was just like, what the fuck? Okay, that's cool. And so that super helps me want to push on, just like, all right, just keep doing this. And like, I was kind of wondering myself like what I was gonna do, so I kind of made a video, and I called it like a heart to heart with some people, of just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I watch a bunch of content, and it's all, some channels are very niche. They do one thing all the time, and then I watch a bunch of vloggers, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's gonna work out for me, but it seems to. It's one of the things I asked everybody, like, just what do you want to see? Like, do you care that I'm just gonna vlog my day, or me and my girl go out for a weekend somewhere and I'm just gonna film it and I'm gonna put it on my channel, and then, like, 3 days later, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going on a giant road trip with some crazy cars. And I'm like, that's just my life, man. So that's what I think people are gonna get eventually.
Yeah, man, that's sick. Fuck it, do it, man. Literally, like, that's the thing. Like, I tried the daily vlogging stuff for a little while, and my views just weren't that great. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the views on the daily stuff just didn't really bang, which is fine. Like, I look back and go, okay, that's cool. Like, I understand my audience didn't want to see that. Like, my views are the best when I do car reviews normally, or car features, I call them, because I don't really see myself as able to, like, give great reviews. But I like doing, like, from what I used to do with the magazine stuff, like a feature sort of thing. So we look over their car, take for a bit of a drive or whatever, and I'd like to do more of those, because I like getting closer with the person driving. But I don't want to just do Hondas, because there's only a point where you're like, okay, well, there's only so many. All right, DC2 Type R's are cool, but they're all fairly similar. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, unless you've got like a wild turbo or a supercharged one and it's absolutely fucking mental, then it's a DC2 Type R. Like, it is what it is. Like, I had exactly. Some guy message me going, would you like to review my dad's DC5? And I was like, well, send me some details on it. And he was like, well, it's standard. I was like, well, I've got one. Why would I want to drive your dad's? I don't want to sound like a dick, but, like, I've got one in my garage. Like, why would I? It needs to be wild for me to justify doing it, because it does take up a lot of time. It does cost me money, and, like, I have to think about that. So,
like, your friends are that guy's. I think it was a sedan, the Vitara build. You did. That's a one-off car. Like, the guy did everything on his own on the car. So it's like,
what car was that? Sorry.
It was the Turbo Civic, the Vitara build. He, like, painted everything. I think it was silver. It's like 3 or 4 car reviews ago.
Silver. Oh, the blue one, yeah?
The blue one.
Single overhead cam.
I think so. The turbo single cam. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that video got loads of views. Hang on, where is that? That got fucking loads of views. Like 50,000 views that one's got, which is crazy. Like, but then the way I see it, like, that's a cool video. I'm glad that got 50,000 views for the guy that I did it for. But then I see, like, people like you said, like Ben Brown, who just vlogs him going to the gym and brushing his teeth. And I'm like, he gets fucking 500,000 views on that video, or 1 million views. I'm like, doesn't make sense. I feel, and Monkey London, for instance, he needs more views. The videos he puts out are fucking sick. Like, his reviews, they're crazy. Sick, but, like, you know,
it's a weird. It's a weird paradigm, and that's kind of like where I've been dancing, and kind of just where I've noticed from watching all the content is, like, the daily vlogs that people do, people love, which is weird, because you're sitting there watching someone else's day, and so in the back of my head, it's kind of like, well, why don't you just go live your life? But I'm thinking that as I'm sitting here and I'm watching like 3 or 4 people's daily vlogs, you know, I'm like, well, it is interesting, you know, to go out and see what other people are doing. But then I watch all the car content where people are making builds or just hanging out, and I think a lot of it is just wanting to hang out with other people that are like-minded. And so being able to bring that somewhere into other people's lives. Like, I ran into this one guy, not ran into, but on YouTube, really cool guy, great personality. And he's just up in Canada. And it's just like, dude, I would have never met this guy ever if it wasn't for YouTube and just making random, like, car videos and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's tight.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely a weird paradigm. Because, like, I watched, like, all of Ben Brown's videos, and then he just hasn't posted in a long time, and I can see why. Like, it's just stressful, man. Yeah. I don't think he's given up as much as he's on a huge break. Like, he posted a video, I want to say 3 weeks ago, but then before that was almost like a month. But I mean, he was putting up cinematic daily videos every day, 7 days a week for like 6, 7, 8 months, which that's just got to be tiring on your life. You know what I mean? Like, just aside from all his trips, you know.
I don't even think it's the filming and the editing that gets stressful. I think it's the constant negativity that people throw at you. I think that's what gets to the point where you're like, you can't be fucked to do it. Like, it can only be one comment. You can have like 200 comments of positivity, positivity, sorry, and then you get one negative one, and you're like, "Fuck this guy! I'm never making a YouTube video again. Fuck this! I'm done," sort of thing. Like, but then you go, "Fuck him, block him." You know, I don't know. I don't know. I just think we should all just try and live and have fun. I mean, we could be on the brink of World War III, man. I just want to race and skid cars. Like, is that fine? Can they leave me alone? And let me
I can't even give the crazy shit that's happening in the world like too much thought. Like, I understand it's there and I get into it and I think about it, but then at the same time, I just want to call, my friend and just be like, you want to go for a drive? Like, all I want to do is sit there, It's like, oh, you're going to wash your today? I'm down. Fuck it. Yeah. Like, that's the shit I care about, and that's all I'm thinking about. I'm just kind of like, yeah, world could be ending in a couple months, and I'm still sitting here like, am I ever going to fucking finish this build? Like, what kind of parts can I buy? I don't have any money right now, but let me fill a shopping cart. See how much that's going to be. Like, what? Oh, dude. Yeah. It's a good rant. Good rant.
Been a good chat. How long have we been going for? Like 2 hours?
I have no idea. Has it been? I didn't even look at the time. I don't even know when I started this.
What's all this thing on the side then? I've never group chat. So,
What's that?
How many people can you have in these?
Tons.
Tons. Q&A. Opening Q&A. Oh. I'm just clicking buttons now. Showcase. Oh.
Yeah. I've seen like 6, 7. I mean, when I use this for work, I've had like 7, 8 people in here.
Really?
Just listening. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then it'll record for 8 hours. You can have an 8-hour set, and then it'll just upload it.
So this is going online now, is it?
It's when I hit stop, it will basically like start uploading to YouTube as a private video, and
okay.
It's got a process and shit like that. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I figured
Thanks
like,
very much for having me on your channel.
yeah, definitely, dude. I wanted to sit down and talk to you for like a good minute now. I just see all your videos, and I'm just like, this is why I want to do what I want to do. I do the same. I channel the inner Adam with you when I do car reviews and shit like that, because it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to make it I honestly don't want to make it professional. I don't have that vibe. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm going at it professionally. Like, I'll try to get the sick pans in and some of the shots, but for the most part, half of seeing the car is the person that drives it to me.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So it's just like, I kind of like having the person talk to me about the car, or us talking about their car, because then I get to have their personality. And sometimes people are camera shy and they get awkward, but they do know their car. That's one thing I know they do know. So as long as that's the topic, I feel like people are just a little more open because they're talking about what they know, and it's not just some arbitrary topic.
How does your girl feel about you and your YouTube?
She doesn't really care.
No?
No, I mean, yeah, it definitely takes up a lot more of my time now, and I'm constantly always thinking about what we're gonna do or what I'm gonna do. And it's like, I don't want to like live for the vlog or anything like that, but I do spend a lot of my time thinking about stuff and like, no, I want to go for a cruise. No, I want to do all this. Like, I want that footage, but she doesn't care, man. She really supports it for the most part. So that's good for me.
Awesome, man. That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I've wanted to, I don't know how I can pull this off, but like, I want to go to London, or at least the UK. Because in my head, dude, I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw your videos, I'm just like, this guy's tight. I think I want to talk to this guy. This guy's a cool dude. But I've always wanted to fucking go to 621, and I'm just like, how can I make this happen? How can I make this up? I don't know, man. One day. Because I wanted to go to Europe, but like,
it'd probably be good for you
What's
to
that?
come out to one of the shows that we'll definitely be at, but not trading at. Because then you'll be able to see the shop, and then we can just hang out at the show instead of like having to be behind the stall all day. But there's not many.
Yeah.
When you're in the position where you want to come over, let me know, and I'll tell you when there's some good events that are worth coming to look at. So.
Okay. Sick, dude.
Do something.
Yeah. That's why I got like that's why I wanted to buy like a 61 shirt and hats, and I hella want your fucking coils for my hatch, dude. And I'm just like, there's no 621 out here, dude. Like, no one knows. One dude in my video.
We definitely sold a set to a guy in California. decent.
Okay.
Definitely, like we 100% did. Because and then we sold any others to America. I'm sure we've sold a set to Florida as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's hard. Like where we'd benefit is if we could get one shop to be like, look, we'll buy one of each of your coilovers, and then we do them a super good price, and then they have them in, and then as they grow, we can increase our price a bit more and more. You know, so we'd work with people like that. It's just about finding a company that's got the money to be able to go, yeah, cool, we'll do it. So
interesting. All right. Yeah, I'm starting to work out my friend's shop, which is fun. I don't know if you heard of it, Saki Bomb Garage. They do a lot of Mazda, Miata stuff, and they're doing S2000 stuff, and they're like they're engineering everything. So like I'm starting to kind of work here, which is cool.
With where you are you like near TJ Hunt and all that lot, or would that not interest you to become pally with them if you could? Like I understand they're like huge YouTubers, aren't they? So I don't know whether they've got that sort of attitude where they're like, no, we don't want to hang out with anybody that is small time because they might just be leeching off us for subs or anything like that. But like,
wait, say that again.
I don't know if it'd be like you ever like been able to try and meet up with TJ Hunt and stuff, because obviously that'd help your channel out again. But I don't know whether he'd be. Obviously, I'm sure being as big as he is, he has a lot of people that want to hang out with him because of who he is. Like,
yeah. I don't really know any YouTubers. I kind of like went out this on my own, and then I know like I've just met random people. I mean, like you, and I've met like random other people like that they just have channels, but like I literally don't know anybody like in person that like is at least into what I'm doing. Like I think I could probably run into like a vlogger or something like that, but for the most part, it's just like I don't know, man. This little like tiny car community that isn't really tiny, aside from like TJ Hunt or
Adam
LZ and stuff like that. Like those guys, they're too big,
man. Dude, they're just so. I can't even imagine having an audience that size. I just can't imagine what it must be like to have like 1 million people.
Okay, cool, man. Well, shit, it's been fun talking. We should do this. We should do this again, dude. This is tight.
Yeah, but, man, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to shout out to your social medias or anything like that. Just shout out there. Follow you.
I've got a couple of Instagram accounts. My personal one is at Adam Ivell, Ivell, and then my 6211 is at 6TWO1, like it says on your hat. Yeah, just come out if you're not on my channel and you're on Christian's. Come over and see what we do. We do Honda stuff. We do drift stuff, as you can probably tell. That was all I've been talking about. We just try and have fun with cars, and if you guys can enjoy it too, then that's rad. If not, I'm sorry, but fuck off. You ain't paying for the video anyway, so who cares?
That's tight, guys. Well, shit, dude, it's been good talking to you.
I hope you've had some insight from me, and I hope it helps out.
Yeah. Tight. All right. See you next time.
See you next time.